All right, ladies and gentlemen, some technical difficulties. Welcome to the second annual Shoot for Par long drive competition. My name is David. I am your host. We're going to start off with women's over 50. We've got Beverly Callow. She is the first and only competitor for the women. She didn't get any competition signed up for her. She is my 2022 long drive champion. She is going to start off for us. So, Bev, without further ado, as soon as you hit that first ball, you have 8 balls to hit in 12 minutes. As soon as that first ball is hit, the timer will start. You only need to hit one in play to proceed. On you. Okay, first one was not red. Okay. Timer will start once the first ball is in play. All right, timer is started. Bev's first ball is in play out to the left at 152.7 yards. She just reached the threshold of 11 yards out to the left. That ball is in play. There we go. Oh, Bev, she showed up to play today. 160.8 yards offline to the right. Phenomenal drive. That beats her last year's drive by 12 yards. 6 balls to go. Oh, she's going to outdo herself again. Ladies and gentlemen, 161.9 yards, just 7 yards left. 161.9. $7.1 yards left, 155. Bev would call that her stock fade. That one's 7 yards right at 146.8. 3 balls to go, Bev. Got plenty of time on the clock. That one was pulled out to the left. Let's see if that's in play. 22.7 yards. That ball will not be in play. 158.6. 2 balls to go, Bev. So far, phenomenal job from Bev Callow. She's already surpassed last year's.
That was a bad one.
I think she's pretty much understands that she's already sealed the deal.
I have one more left.
You've got one more left. That was 127.
Okay.
24 yards right, so that one is also out of play. 1 ball remaining. Oh, straight down the line. She gutted that one. And Bev Callow finishing strong at 162.9 yards, 5.5 yards right of center. And that will conclude the women's over 50 long drive. Bev Callow wins in demanding fashion also. I would tell you based off my knowledge of Bev, that if by chance she did have competition, she probably would have beat him just now. Longest drive, 162.9. We're going to bring that history up for you. Again, the rules are simple. Balls have to be within 20 yards left or right of center. So if we go off her longest drive, 162.9, 5 yards right of center, that is going to give her her second long drive championship belt, which is well deserved. Bev, do you have anything you'd like to say?
It was fun. You guys should get out here and try it. Come next year.
Okay, we are going to take a short intermission. I'm going to get the next contestant in. We'll be doing the under 50 women's, and we are going to carry on with this long drive competition. We'll clear everything out. Stand by for a brief break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, short intermission. We were saying hi to some other people that have joined up. Next is the women's under 50 competition. Okay, we've got Andrea Frederick, who is last year's champion. She is competing similar to Bev, uncontested. Absolutely nobody wanted to go against her, and you're going to find out why here in a second. So, Andrea, same rules apply. You've got 12 minutes, 8 golf balls.
12 minutes, 8 golf balls.
12 minutes, 8 golf balls. Timer starts the moment that that first ball comes off that club face, and you're free to tee off whenever you'd like.
Oof.
And you are on the clock. Andrea's first drive, 27 yards offline to the left, out of play at 129 yards. Oh, that's a big booming one right there. 188 on the carry. 199.1 total. Unfortunately, 20.6 yards to the right. That ball is out of play.
How many yards each way?
20 yards each way, Andrea. Left and right of center. 20.6, just offline. 6 balls to go. That one was topped. 1.4 yards right. That is 42 yards in play. So
That long drive.
that 42 yards is going to get Andrea her championship belt. But let's see if she can really produce a good one. That went off to the right. 35 yards off to the right. 177 out of play. Andrew, you have 4 balls remaining.
Okay.
That one appeared to be topped. 5.7 yards. That ball is in play at 35 yards. 3 balls left. Got 9 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. Then you go down a little bit.
There's certainly a level of stress, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever done a competition and you have a timeline,
Oh my gosh.
there's a certain level of stress for you to be able to perform. You definitely feel it in here in the simulator.
There. Ooh.
Andrew with a hard hook out to the left. Definitely got some distance. 195, but 36 yards to the left, out of play. Andrew, you have 2 balls remaining. Oh, that's going to be the one right there. 178 carry. 188.5 total. 6.3 yards to the right. 188.
Last one.
Last ball, Andrea. 188. And that one is out to the right in a slice.
Hey, at least I got one good one.
170.5, 45 yards offline. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Andrea Frederick. Pull up the history. 188.5 is going to be her winning drive. Okay, we're going to move on to the men's over 50. I'm going to go ahead and have another short break, and we're going to get the men in here. We're going to be starting off men's over 50 with our defending champion, if he's present, Todd Sipes. I will go out and double check that, and then after that, we will move on. So stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for holding and hanging tight while we go through some of the award presentations and the raffle prizes outside. We were doing that because we are short a few individuals. So I've made the elective decision to move on with the men's over 50 long drive. We are going to start off with Bob Ottman. He is going to be our first competitor. And then after that, we're going to have Glenn Stevens. So we're going to move on. I do have a few individuals that still aren't here for the long drive, and they did sign up. So we are going to make sure that I give everybody an opportunity to be able to make it here. Well, obviously with work schedules and people having their own lives, I want to give them the most due diligence that I can possible to make sure that everybody is afforded the opportunity to make it here if they signed up and they paid for their slot. So give me about 30 seconds. We're going to get Bob in here and we'll get started with the men's over 50. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, change of plans. We're going to bring in Glenn Stevens, who is the bottom of the bracket for the men's over 50 long drive. He is going to perform first, and then we'll move on to Bob Ottman. So, Glenn, the same rules apply. You're going to have 12 balls to hit. I'm sorry, 8 balls to hit in 12 minutes. The timer is going to start when that first ball leaves the cub face is in play. So it is on you. All right, you are on the clock, sir. First ball, 12 yards to the right, 208. 12 yards to the right, 208. First ball is in play, and it is good. 208 yards. Oh, little slice. That one is going to roll all the way out, 194 yards, but it is going to be 38 yards right of center. That ball's out of play. So, Glenn, 6 balls left. You've got plenty of time. Still 11 minutes on the clock. That one's going the other way. Glenn has the distance there, 216, unfortunately out of play, 32 yards to the left, 216 out of play. Glenn, you've got 5 balls left. You've got at least 10 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. You've got plenty of time. Oh, big hard draw on that one. That one's pulling back to center. Carry of 174. That one is rolling all the way out. 187.1. 4 yards to the right. That ball's in play. 187.1. Still Glenn's longest ball in play, 208. Glenn, you've got 4 balls remaining. Oh, hard hook on that one. You could tell by the percussion of that hitting the screen that had some power behind it. Ball speed was at 115 miles an hour. 52 yards to the left at 156. Out of play. Glenn, you have 3 balls remaining. A little low hook. That was hit low on the face. That one's a runner. 187, 26 yards to the left, out of play. Glenn, you have 2 balls remaining. Oh, another hook. Just jumped over the 150-yard mark. $59 yards. 185. Glenn, you're down to your last ball. Oh, and one more hook. Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell, especially with the drive of these competitors, that when you get overactive in your swing, you can certainly pull that ball. His ball speed was increasing all the way. So that longest drive for Glenn was 208 that was in play. We'll bring up the history. 208, 8 yards, 12 yards right of center, 208.4 is Glenn's longest drive in play. So now we're going to move on to Bob Ottman. And then after that, we will see whether or not we've got any of our other over 50 competitors that are here. And we'll continue out this bracket for the men's over 50 long drive championship. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, David with Shoot for Par. We're moving on to Mr. Bob Ottman in our long drive competition. Bob, I will go over the rules one more time. You have 8 balls to hit in 12 minutes. I've got the timer set at 12. The moment that you hit that first ball and it gets caught up by the unicorn and it takes off, then you're going to be on the clock. Okay? So far, a lot of people, they have been hitting the golf ball and they've got 5 minutes left on the clock. So I will tell you, take your time. Make every shot count. As soon as that first ball leaves the club face, you'll be on the clock, sir. Whenever you're ready. All right, you are on the clock. First ball 172 on the carry, all the way out to 210. However, out of play, 22 yards to the left. 211.3 out of play. Again, ladies and gentlemen, they have to hit 20 yards left or right or center for the final resting place of the ball for it to be considered in play. Bob hit high fade coming down. 221 on the carry, 229 total. 68 yards to the right for 229. Ball speed 142. Make a bold adjustment, Bob. That one appeared to be topped. Will be in play. 2.9 yards left of center at 87 yards. Okay. Bob, you have 5 balls remaining. You've got 10 minutes on the clock. You've got plenty of time. That's 1 ball every 2 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I teach here in the simulator is a dedicated pre-shot routine. I ensure that my golfers here that take lessons from me, that they're always worried about what the end result is. Not so much trying to make impact with the ball, but trying to determine where they want that ball to finish. And I think that was the motivation that Bob needed, was me to just say that to him. Here he goes. 238 carry. 247.1. That ball was 5.9 yards off to the right. Bob and I have been working on some draws over the last year. And Bob, that is going to have you defeat Glenn Stevens. If you'd like to proceed, you can, or if you would like to stop. Okay, Bob is going to stop 247.1.
Thank you for saying what you
He's already into the final bracket, so we're waiting on Marty Orozco and Todd Sipes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the history, and you can look over everything. You can see that Bob's got some ball speed. Bob, how old are you, if you don't mind?
54.
54. 54 years of age with a ball speed of 142 miles an hour. That is superb. Okay? You don't get that just by showing up. Okay? Bob trains. Bob focuses on making himself a better golfer. And that you can see in the numbers. So we're going to take a short break, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to see whether or not Todd or Marty are here to continue on with this men's over 50 long drive championship. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As always, whenever you're dealing with long drive and you have just one set event where you have to be at a certain event at one time and you don't give anybody a lot of leeway, right? Like I gave just a couple hours for them to be able to get here. Some people are still working. So we're going to move on from the over 50 long drive and we're going to move into the under 50. This is the one that everybody's excited for, particularly the guy that I've got practicing his club swing right now. We've got Josh Rosebaugh from Kansas City, who last year he was just a observer. He was, when we were streaming on YouTube, he was present and he was watching one of his buddies compete. And he's like, man, if nobody hits over 300 yards, that's sad. So I've seen him compete. I've seen him hit drives. He has been present for all of last year's Winter League, and he can hit 300 yards. I have seen him hit 300 yards. So this year he decided he wanted to participate. So we've got him on the tee. Josh, same rules apply as everybody else. What's going to happen is I'm going to reset the clock. You've got 12 minutes for 8 balls. Okay? The moment that first ball comes off the club face, your timer will start. Okay? Balls 20 yards left and right of center will be the only ones that are counted. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Clock will start the moment that first ball leaves the club face. And you are on the clock, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Josh came up to play. 12 yards to the left at 279. 279. Josh would make me add, hey, David, don't forget the .7. First ball's in play at 279. That's a good start. Okay? Josh had a swing and a miss. Because this is simulator long drive, if the Unicore IXO doesn't pick up the swing, it doesn't count. That's the only way that I can be honest and fair with the competition. So even though he swinged and whiffed, that's not going to count against him. I've got to see 8 balls in play coming off the face.
You're gonna give me shit for that one.
Oh, that makes for some good Facebook reels. I'm telling you, we might have to save that and turn that into a short.
I'm sure. Brandon's gonna give me shit.
Oh, that might be a little left. Club face was slightly closed. Still, just some percussion here in the simulator. That ball will be out of play. 25.5 yards to the left at 275. 275 out of play. That ball skied. $13 yards. 136. That ball's in play, but it doesn't compete with that 279. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, when you're trying to swing out of your shoes, sometimes you're a little over-aggressive. Okay? Focusing on the fundamentals is the key to success. .248 carry. His longest so far. Will it be in play? It will not. 27 yards to the left at 281. Josh, you have 4 balls left. You've still got 9 minutes on the clock. For as long as I've known Josh, Josh typically draws the ball whenever he's in a driver. Very rarely do I see him ever in a fade. Most of his fades are usually straight. There's another ball. That ball peaked at 125 feet in the air. That's going to land at 208. 9 yards right. 213 is a playable ball. It doesn't compare to the 279.7, but it is in play. Josh, you have 3 balls left. You still have 8 minutes on the clock. Oh, that one was hit. Definitely, that sounded Healy to me. We'll have to see what the video comes. That was a big cut. Yes, low on the heel. So that ball was 9.8 yards right at 237. That ball is also in play. Josh, you have 2 balls remaining, and you have 7.5 minutes left. Oh, big old cut fade. He may have started that ball a little bit too far left. That's going to get out there, but it is not going to be in play, I don't believe. 33 yards to the left. That ball is not in play. 265.9 yards. Josh, you were down to your last ball. You still have 6 minutes on the clock. So whenever you're doing competitions like this, ladies and gentlemen, I would tend to believe that bold adjustments are always needed. Sometimes just changing the tee height or changing the ball placement in your stance, whether or not you have a stronger grip, any of those things are going to dictate how far that ball is going to go. We're really looking for the best launch angle we can get. That one's skied. You can tell that he gave all of his energy into that one. That one's going to go out to 130, finishing at 133, just 2 yards right at target. And you could see, I'm going to pull up video. You can see how he took a divot right at the ball trying to go after it and completely got under the ball. If that would have been teed just a little bit lower, that would have been a solid ball. So Josh puts up some pretty respectable numbers, 279.7 in play. Let's check the history. 279.7, 12 yards left of target. So we're going to move on to Alan Ottman, who I know that he is present. Alan, if you hear me, you can go ahead and come on out. And we are going to continue on. After Alan will be Dale Davis. Dale Davis was my second place runner-up last year for the men's under 50 long drive championship. And we will continue on with this bracket. Very, very good numbers from Josh. We'll see whether or not Alan can come and compete. We'll see you in a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I've got Alan Ottman here with me. If you noticed just previously, I had Bob Ottman in here. Bob Ottman is his father, so Alan is the son. Alan can still put up some pretty good numbers, so we're going to clear out some data here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the clock reset. All right, Alan, I'm going to go over the rules for you. You have 12 minutes, and you have 8 balls. Time's going to start. The first ball that comes off that club face that the simulator picks up,
Okay.
And from there, you've got 8 balls in 12 minutes. Okay? They all have to be left or right of center by 20 yards. If they're outside that 20-yard threshold, they will not count.
Okay.
Time starts the moment that first ball takes off. And you are on the clock. First ball, booming. Carrying out 249 all the way out 255. Is it in play? It is. 15 yards right of center. 255 by Allen. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Allen can put some numbers on the board. That ball out to the left, 20.7 yards. That ball will be out of play at 104. Six balls remaining. Allen, you've still got 11 minutes on the clock. Big hard cut. Left to right. 211 rolling out to 217, 21.7 yards to the right. That ball is also out of play. Five balls remaining, Allen. Oh.
What after that?
That's the first time the ball came back, bounced so high, and then ran right into it. I've got your ball right back here. Thanks. There you go. Allen, among a lot of the other golfers, were super excited that I got the projector that was centered right above them, and I moved it off to the right-hand side to make it a little bit easier for this long drive to happen. A lot of their swings are vertical on their follow-through. And yet one more cut. That one finishing 4 yards right at 84.
Got 3 left.
3 left, Allen. I just double checked to make sure there was 5 on there. We've got 3 remaining. Oh, there's another skied one. 164 feet up in the air. Finishing at 162.8 in play.
I take a debit on that one.
Okay, we'll pull up the data just slightly. Yep. You see where the club is just a little bit high, the ball's hitting a little bit high on the face?
Yeah.
That either indicates just a strict angle of attack to the ball, or you're just getting under it. Oh, that was a pull. That was a pull, but that had just remarkable ball speed. 153 miles an hour, just pulled. 233, ended up being 58 yards out to the left, out of play. 233.3 out of play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Allen, this is your last ball. We've got 279.7 to beat. It's out there, 155 in the sky, coming down, clearing 202 to 205. So that means that Josh Rosebaugh is going to advance on the bracket to go against Casey Morris, which is our defending champion. We're going to move on to Dale Davis as we continue on down the bracket. Just superb effort from Allen. I know that when you look at the ball speed and everything else, sometimes you've got the speed. It's just that angle of attack as it comes down to the ball. But great job. We're going to take a short intermission, and I'm going to get Dale here in the chute, and we will carry on with long drive. Again, here's the history for Alan.
The best one was my first
255.8, just 15 yards right. That was the best one. Ball speed, 160.9 miles per hour. Just fantastic ball speed. We will take a short intermission. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live. We've got Dale Davis in the chute. Dale Davis was my 2022 second place runner-up. He got beat by Casey in the finals. And I've been a lifelong friend of Dale, and I know anything about Dale. I know that he loves revenge. He loves it. When he showed up last year, he had actually came from work. He was still in his work boots and work clothes, and he competed in the competition, and he got second place. So that should tell you the type of tenacity that Dale has when it comes to competitions. So Dale, what I will tell you, just like I've told everybody else as far as the rules go, I'm sure my mother's probably in the patio laughing right now. You've got 12 minutes on the clock. You've got 8 balls that you have to hit in 12 minutes. What I will do is I will start the clock the moment that that first ball is in play. You have to get balls 20 yards left or right and center to be considered good. The clock will start the moment that first ball leaves the club face and is in play. On you, sir. You're on the clock. First ball, high hook, going out 174, 63 yards off center. Again, similar to Josh, if the simulator doesn't pick it up, I err on the side of the player, and I deem the equipment inadequate to be able to read the ball because, quite frankly, it was probably smashed. That one skied. Coming back down, 67 and 23. That one will be out of play, 67.8. There's a line drive straight down. Got to carry a 167. That ball's still rolling, still rolling, still rolling. You ever seen a ball roll out 53 yards? Because it just happened. 1.8 yards to the left. 221. Dale's on the board. Five balls remaining, Dale. That one out to the left. 86.6. 20 yards out of play. 4 balls remaining. Oh, that's got to hang. It's coming out to the left. "27 yards out, 207. That ball is out of play. 3 balls remaining, Dale. Still got 9 minutes on the clock. That ball out to 90 yards at 25. You can see that was a heel strike. 2 balls remaining. Ball speed 127, 198, 53 yards offline. That ball out of play. Dale, you were down your last ball. Your longest drive in play is 221.3. And the last ball is a low cut hook. Carry 121 all the way out. 59 yards of rollout. One more heel strike. 39 yards left. So that will do it for Dale Davis. Numbers putting up through the history. 221.3. 221.3. 16 and a half yards out to the left. And we will move on to our next competitor. After a brief intermission, I'm going to go see whether I'll go see whether or not the person's out there. Otherwise, we'll jump to the next competitor. Again, Dale Davis, 221.3 in play. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live. We've got Scott Sullins, who works with my wife just across the street at BTC Bank. There's a good plug for you, Kevin, if you're watching. Scott is the only lefty in the competition under 50, which him and we share the same hand. I'm also left-handed. So, Scott, here are the rules. One more time, you've got 8 balls to hit in 12 minutes. They have to finish 20 yards left or right of center to be able to count. At the end of the 8 balls, then we will move on from there. So I'm going to reset the clock. 12 minutes on the clock. Timer starts. The first ball that is in play. On you, sir. Oh, my. Scott just comes out swinging.
My back's hurt.
Will it be in play? It will not be in play. Just 0.7 yards to the right. Out of play. Scott's not happy about it. 231.9. Not in play. And you're on the clock. That looked like that was a heel strike. We'll see how far that goes out. 114. Yep, just a little low on the face. 114.2, 40 yards to the right, 114 not in play. That ball high out to the right. Just demolished a frog's home out there, out in the water. 66 yards out to the right for 164. Yeah, you can use whatever balls that are present. 164 out of play. Scott, you've got 5 balls remaining. I would warn you that if all balls are out of play, you will be disqualified from the competition. So we want to see one get in play.
Me too.
Oh, that one's going to pull right as well. I tell you what, lefties and hooks, man, we struggle so hard. 224, 44 yards out to the right. Scott, you have 4 balls remaining.
How's the time?
Time is fine. You've got 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
One more, 157, rolling and rolling and rolling. 202 total, 49 yards out to the right. 202 out of play. Scott, you have 3 balls remaining. That one will definitely be in play. I may have screamed right into the microphone with that with my excitement. That one's going. 224 coming all the way out. 244.2. 11 yards left. And Scott is on the board. 244.2. Scott, what I will advise you at this point in time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was your 6th drive. You just eliminated Dale Davis. His was 221. You just went 244. So at this point in time, you don't need to swing anymore if you choose not to. Okay. Scott wants to continue. 2 more to go.
Still going right.
That one's going to have some roll out. 173 carry. Again, we're seeing a lot of roll out. 19 yards. That ball in play at 218. 218.5. Scott, this is your last ball. You still have 8 minutes on the clock. And that one he went after it, got under the ball. Ball popped up in the air. 131, 133 total. 17 yards in line, so that one will also play. 133.2. And there you have it. Scott Sullins moving forward in the bracket. He'll face either he will face Trevor Hayes in the quarterfinals, and then we will go into the semifinals. And then after Trevor, we're going to see Casey Morris, our defending champion, as he comes up. After he sees his competition, he knows what he's in for. Last year, Casey went 274, and Josh just put up 279. So I am looking forward to that clash of titans as we move along with the under 50 long drive championship. Stay tuned here at Shoot for Par. We will be back shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. I've got Trevor Hayes, who is the bottom of my bracket for the men's under 50 competition. Shout out to his wife Shelby if she's watching. She's been hanging out with us here so far. Trevor was also part of Winter League here at Shoot for Par, and Trevor is a level 3 super speed certified trainer, which means if anybody besides myself here in the simulator, if anybody knows anything about trying to get fast, it's Trevor. So Trevor was showing me some numbers the other day. I won't mention what those numbers were, but that club speed was a lot. So he's about to feel the pressure of performance. Trevor, same rules apply, just like with everybody else. 12 minutes are going to be on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and reset the timer. You've got 12 minutes on the clock. You've got to hit 8 balls in 12 minutes. They all have to land 20 yards within left or right or center. When I say land, I mean when they stop, when they come to a full stop, 20 yards left or right of center. Clock's going to start the moment you put a ball in play. You have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, on you. And you are on the clock, sir. Make sure it's going. First one, huge booming hook. .203, 26 yards to the left. That ball is out of play. Next ball, also a hook. Out to the left. 159.5, 57 yards offline. 6 balls remaining. Trevor, you still have 11 minutes on the clock. That one had to get hit low on the face. Didn't get a lot of airtime. 180, 26 yards. Offline. Out of play. Trevor, you have 5 balls remaining. Just another line drive pull out to the left-hand side. 216 and 41 yards. Out of play. Trevor, that's 4 balls out of play. You've got to get one in play so you don't risk disqualification. At this point, make a bold adjustment. Was not red. You still have 4 balls remaining. That ball has got to hang on. 213 carry, roll. 247.1 in play. Finally gets a ball in play. Trevor Hayes is on the board. And then just another big boom and draw. That one might be out to the left too much. And it is 28 yards, 248. You can see Trevor starting to get his groove. Trevor, you have 2 balls remaining. You still have 8 minutes on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at just the shot trajectories of Trevor so far, what you'll see is a lot of these are big booming hooks. That's because Trevor's putting so much power and speed into the shots that his wrists are a little overactive and the club face is slightly closed, which is causing those hooks. That one a low worm burner. 75.9. That ball will be in play. 2.7 yards right of center. Trevor, you were down to your last ball. You still have 7 minutes on the clock. Your longest drive, 247.1 in play. And the last ball is going out in a slice. 245 carry all the way out, slamming up against the 250-yard mark. 44 yards right of center. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor Hayes, pretty decent showing. 247.1. 247.1. I'm double checking. 247.3. Excuse me, my apologies. 247.3 at 8 yards to the left. 247.3. So what that means is since Scott Sullins defeated Dale Davis, Scott Sullins will now have to produce 247.3 or longer to advance into the finals. Next up, we've got Casey Morris. Casey Morris is our 2022 defending champion. Casey Morris can also poke a ball out there. Stay tuned. We will be back in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Again, David here with Shoot for Par. We are participating in our second annual long drive competition. We are in the men's under 50. Next up, we've got our 2022 defending champion, Casey Morris. Last year, he poked a ball out 274 yards, and I would expect this year that he's probably going to exceed those numbers. I'm putting some pressure on him right now. Casey, here are the rules. 12 minutes are going to be on the clock. You've got 8 balls that you need to hit in those 12 minutes. They have to land or finish 20 yards left or right of center to count. Okay? Clock is going to start the moment that first ball is in play. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, sir. And you are on the clock. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Casey came to play. He ain't here to mess around. First ball, 265.7 yards, 10 yards to the right. That ball is in play. 265.7. Oh, booming slice. It's not going to reach the water like Casey thinks, but it's definitely going to get out there. 242, 41 yards off to the right. That ball's out of play. That one is gone. That one is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, that one is going to get out there. 273 on the carry. Will it be in play? No, it will not. 22 yards to the left. 282.7. Out of play. Big fade.
Through the water.
250, 255, 23.6 yards to the right. That ball also not in play. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to point out, if you look up in the top right-hand side of the screen, you'll see his ball speed's 164 miles an hour. That is crazy. The pros are hitting about 184. Casey can hit the ball really hard. That one a little bit of a pull out to the left. It's got to stay in play. Right at 250.8, and it is out of play by 0.8 yards. 250.8 out of play.
Do I have one in?
Yes, you do. 265.7, Casey. And you have another one at 255. So 265.7 is your longest. You have 3 balls remaining. Just another booming ball. Ball speed at 158. That one's left of the previous ball, so that one will also be out of play at 23.6 yards. That was 248.3 out of play. Casey, you have 2 balls remaining. Oh, that's going to be in play. Oh, my goodness. Are we going to see it? Come on, go. Oh, my goodness. 293.6 in play. 293.6 in play. That is why he's shoot for pars, defending champion right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ball speed 169.6. Casey, this is your last ball. Pretty please give the masses a 300-yard drive. Will he deliver? That ball's got a good trajectory. It's going. It's going. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to do it. Oh, my goodness. Woo! 302.8. 18.9 yards left to center. My patio's outside. Listen to me. Give me a woo! And that is what performance looks like, ladies and gentlemen. 302.8 in play at 18.9 yards. He literally was just scraping the edge on that left side, but he pulled it off. So what that means, Next up will be Josh Rosebaugh. Josh Rosebaugh defeated Alan Ottman. Now he's got to go against that 302. Either he gets past it or he does it, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at, is we decide who's going to move on to the finals. And we will catch you back here in a little bit. I'm going to need to catch my breath. 302. Phenomenal job. We'll catch you back here in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. Let me get the numbers down, clear out our data. We've got Josh Rosebaugh back in the chute. Josh just saw that performance in our patio because we're live streaming. He heard the hooping and hollering from in here. Josh, you've got a tall feat ahead of you, but you can do it. I have seen your numbers. You are capable. Okay, same rules apply as before. You've got 12 minutes for 8 golf balls. Time starts the moment that you get the first ball in play. 20 yards left or right of center. Counter will start the moment you get that first ball in play. And you are on the clock. First ball skied slightly out to the right. Just going to stretch out, make sure that my net is not in the way of the camera. Okay. And you are on the clock. Second one sliced out to the right. 159, 164 total. 54 yards out to the right. 164 out of play. 6 balls remain, Josh. You've got 11 minutes on the clock. Oh, that one's got some carry. 242 on the carry. 28 yards out to the right. Out of play at 259.1. Five balls remaining. Still have plenty of time on the clock. 10 minutes. That ball, 262 on the carry, rolling all the way out, 285, but 29 yards offline. Ball out of play. Josh, reminder, that's 4 balls out of play. You need to get a ball in play. 302.8 is the yardage to beat. That one, he went after that one, got underneath the golf ball from the tee, skied the ball up into the air, carry a 145, total of 147. That ball is in play at 12.2 yards to the right. Josh, you have 3 balls remaining. Still have 8.5 minutes on the clock. Big booming ball. Carry of 183.9, finishing at 186.6. That ball is in play, 186.6. Josh is down to 2 balls. Again, he has to beat 302 yards. He can do it. I've seen him do it. Seven minutes on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, that one is ripped. 241 on the carry. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Finishing at 278. That ball's in play. 278.1 yards in play. Josh, you were down to your last ball. 302.8. Still got plenty of time on the clock. 6.5 minutes. Swing effortless, swing efficient. Still 5 minutes on the clock. And then last and final ball is not going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to carry 190 and finish at 194, 32 yards offline to the right. So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. That means that the 2022 defending champion, Casey Morris, will go back to the finals. And we will determine here after a brief break whether he'll be going up against Scott Sullins or Trevor Hayes. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I've got Scott Sullins in the chute. I almost got names confused. Sorry about that. Okay, I've already had a brief conversation with Scott. Scott, the rules are the same as they were before. I'm going to reset the timer. You've got 12 minutes on the clock. You've got 8 balls. They've got to be left or right of center by 20 yards. Okay, Trevor's already posted 247.3. So that is his semifinal numbers. That is what you need to beat, 247.3. So if you don't beat that, then Trevor will move into the finals against Casey Morris. If you do beat that, then you will go into the finals. So it is crunch time. Ladies and gentlemen, things are getting intense. If I hurt your ears from screaming about that 302-yard drive, I apologize. But Casey, the clock is already reset. Scott, as soon as you hit that first ball. Scott, you are on the clock. First ball out of play, 21.4 yards to the right at 210. 210.6 out of play. And you are on the clock. That one way out to the right. Water ball, 178.5. Scott, you got 6 balls remaining. You still got 11 minutes on the clock.
Stay in. Stay in.
That ball, 206 on the carry, 212.8 total, and is in play at 212. 212. So, ladies and gentlemen, Scott being the lefty, you'll notice he's favoring his back a little bit. You'll notice in his swing. So, the thing is he's still generating quite a lot of club head speed and ball speed just based off of upper body alone.
Stay in.
That ball's in. Scott, you got nothing to worry about there. That ball is in. 197.1, 202.5, 2.8 yards left of center. 202.5. That's 4 balls played. Scott, you've got 4 balls remaining. You still got to get to 247.3 or past it. Ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't it be epic if we had a tie at 247.3? We'd have to go into sudden death between these two. That ball pulled out to the right. 236 to 246. 32 yards out to the right, out of play. 246. Scott, I'm telling you, Trevor's in the patio right now. You got him sweating.
How many more balls I got?
You've got 3 balls remaining. That ball, a big old fade. Coming right back online. Go, go, go. 217 carry, rolling all the way out. 225.9, 1.8 yards. That ball is in play. 225.9. Scott, you're down to 2 balls. Now that you're warm, you can let it go. Oh, and he did. Ball speed, 142.6. That sliced all the way out. Side spin, 2496 RPM, 205, 50 yards to the left. 205.6 out of play. Scott, you were down to your last ball. You need 247.3 or more to proceed in this competition. Nothing to it but to do it. Oh, and he let one rip. Is that going to do it? 226 on the carry all the way out. 234.7, 11 yards to the left in play. 234. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means that Trevor Hayes' 247.3 is going to outdo Scott's 234. And that means that Trevor Hayes is now in the finals. Just a good performance by Scott all the way up there. Trevor, after seeing Casey perform, he knows he's got his hands full. So in the finals, we're going to have Casey Morris against Trevor Hayes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to Casey, since he's my defending champion, of whether he would like to go first or whether he'd like Trevor to go first. And we will see you back after a couple brief moments. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. No sooner than we have a brief delay as far as the live stream goes. And as soon as I said to Casey whether it was going to be him or Trevor, as soon as I step outside the seminar, I hear Trevor's name get called. So Casey's trying to determine how much effort he has to put into this final round. Trevor, the rules are the same as they were before. Okay, you're going to get 8 balls in 12 minutes. I'm going to reset the timer. 8 balls in 12 minutes. They need to be 20 yards left or right of center to count. Okay. Understand that swinging fast and swinging hard are not the same. As you go into this, keep an open mind. Make sure that your whole body is relaxed, and you need to give it all you got for the next 8 golf balls. Timer starts as soon as the first ball is in the air. And you're on the clock. First ball is a hook out to the left-hand side. Finishing at 202.4. Out of play at 49 yards to the left. Next ball. That ball looks like it's going to be in play. Trevor carries 230, rolling all the way out past the 250 mark. 252.7. That ball is in play. 10 yards to the left. 6 balls remaining, Trevor. That ball topped. .2 yards. That ball is in play and will count. Trevor, you're down to 5 balls. That ball, high slice, drifting all the way out. Carrying 189, rolling all the way out to 207.3. 40 yards offline, out of play. Down to 4 balls. That ball leaking out to the right also. Apex on that was 109 feet. 231 on the carry, 236.7 total, 42 yards out to the right, out of play. 236.7 out of play. Trevor, you're down to 3 balls. You still have 9:16 on the clock. Oh, that one smoked. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That thing is going to get to 250. Carries at 246.2 all the way out to 257.3. That ball is in play. 257.3. Trevor, you're down to 2 balls. That one hit high on the face. Backspin's at 4,600. We know it's going to lose distance based off the backspin. Carries out to 199.4 for 204 total. 0.1 yards offline. That is the straightest ball we've seen in this competition. Ball in play. Trevor, this is your last ball. You still have 7 minutes, 43 seconds on the clock. The number to beat right now that you have in play is 257.3. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And that ball was hit low on the face. 16.9, 47 on the rollout. And that will do it. 9.8 in play. That will do it. Trevor with 257.3. Let's double check. 257.4. 16 yards. Next up will be Casey Morris. Casey has to beat 257.4 to earn what would be his second and consecutive long drive championship here at Shoot for Par. For those of you that are watching or those of you that know golfers that golf a lot, this event takes place annual, once a year, the first week of August on the Friday. So whatever the first Friday in August is, that's when this competition takes place. Entry this year was $40. That covers the championship belt and the raffle prizes. And all in all, when you consider the fact that you're getting raffle prizes and you're getting food, it's a pretty good deal. I'm actually giving more back to the community than what I'm taking in because this is an event that I like to keep going for many, many years down the road. So Casey, we've got him in the simulator. He is ready to go. We're going to go ahead and reset back to 12 minutes. Casey, the same rules apply. However, what I will tell you is if you get past 257.4 at whatever distance that is, you have the option to consider this done. Or, I'm sure the crowd masses that are watching on the live stream would like to see you get 303. So it's up to you. Competition for you will start as soon as the first ball leaves the club face. You have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. It is on you, sir.
That's left.
And you were on the clock. Casey coming out with a Bowman hook. Carries 279 all the way out 293. 44 yards left. That ball is out of play. 293 out of play. You can tell Casey's trying to get this over quick. Oh, and he went back on that one. He said this one's definitely going. He came back on a fade. And he went ahead and carried 267.6, rolling out 275.4, 6.3 yards left. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 275.4. That makes Casey my second annual Shoot for Par long drive champion, men's under 50. Casey, would you like to proceed?
Sure.
Casey's still going to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting exciting. He's going for that triple digits. It's going to get to the fact where if Casey keeps participating in these long drives, he's going to run out of room on his wall for all these championship trophies. Oh, and he just ripped it. Big booming power fade. And he did it again. 273.9, rolling out 281.7, 16 yards, still in play, still getting stronger. Which I mentioned to some of the golfers who were participating last year. Every time that Casey hit the ball, he kept getting stronger.
little tall, a little high.
High on the toe is what Casey's saying. It definitely had a large amount of backspin, 54.77. That's going to go out to 224 in play. Casey, I'm going to check history real fast. Okay, we've got 4 shots remaining. Just wanted to verify. Oh, and he pulled it. He pulled it. I'll tell you what, if there's a nest of birds in that tree, they better move. 286.3. 61 yards right. That ball is out of play.
Doesn't get better the harder I swing.
You have 3 balls remaining, Casey. That one's got some loft. Backspin's at 4,400. That's going to slow down in the air. 243 on the carry. 247.5 total, 16 yards. That ball will be in play. 247.5. 2 balls remaining, Casey. Have fun. Let's see. Let's see what happens. 272, 280.1. 19.5 yards right. That ball is in play at 280.1. Casey, you were down to 1 ball. Your last ball. Have fun with it. And that one a little pull. Backspin's down about $1,000 from what it was previously at 33.12. And it's going to carry 272. I believe that ball may be out of play. And it is. 31 yards to the left. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Casey Morris, my two-time, I said, long drive, men's under 50, long drive champion here at Shoot for Par. We're going to take a brief intermission, and we're going to see whether or not we have my over 50 defending champion outside. If he's not outside, then we're going to proceed. But as it stands right now, Casey Morris, 302.8, and then again defeating Trevor Hayes in the finals to become a 2-time Shoot for Par long drive championship winner. We appreciate your time. Stand by. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the long intermission there. We were getting the championship certificates printed up for our winners. So I'm going to go ahead and call all 4 championships as being concluded. So our 2023 women's under 50 long drive champion is Andrea Frederick. Our women's over 50 long drive champion is Bev Callow, both of which are defending champions and were uncontested this year. It would be great if you're a woman over or under the age of 50 for you to challenge these champions, because I know that there's a golfer out there that's going to see this stream after it's posted to Facebook. If you can drive 250 yards as a female golfer, I encourage you, come test these champions. Worst case that can happen, you end up with a championship belt. So I would encourage you to participate. We're here in Oregon, Missouri. If you're within, I say, a 2-hour drive, I think it'd be worth your while to come and try your hand. Moving on, our men's under 50 long drive champion is Casey Morris, also a defending champion. Casey had to earn it this time around, no doubt in my mind. Last year, he had some competitors, and I think Casey went through the motions. This time, he had to earn it, specifically against Josh Rosebaugh, who is one heck of a competitor. And I think Josh made him bring out his good stuff. So very happy to see that. And then our men's over 50 long drive champion. Unfortunately, Todd Sipes, my defending champion, couldn't be present. But my champion for 2023 is Bob Ottman. Bob Ottman was present during Winter League here at Shoot for Par and excelled. I taught Bob to get more familiar with shot shaping. So the moment that Bob realized that he could start hitting a draw, it was over. That man is powerful. His sons, Eric and Alan, are both powerful. They can hit the ball a long way. So those are my 4 Shoot for Par champions. I appreciate everybody taking the time to come out to Shoot for Par and participate. I'm sure that they're leaving with a lot of good raffle prizes that they'll be able to enjoy. And I look forward to 2024's Shoot for Par Long Drive Championship, and hopefully even more people show up to be able to compete. So that is it for me, David here at Shoot for Par. I appreciate everybody watching, and if by chance you happen to spend 2 hours and 30 minutes of your day once this posts to Facebook and you watch the stream in its entirety, I hope that you get to take a lot away from it, because there was a lot of great competition here today. So that is it for me. I appreciate all of your time. And again, hit them straight, hit them far, manage your misses, and shoot for par. We will see you all very soon. Take care.